Well, the federal opposition has accused the Prime Minister of gross dishonesty over negotiations with the Liberal states for a national disability insurance scheme. The comments from the shadow Treasurer are likely to cast further doubt over the future of the scheme. But Julia Gillard says it can and will go ahead, even without a deal from the larger states. Political correspondent Tom Gillard has more from Canberra.
A politically challenged Prime Minister was out today meeting physically and intellectually impaired students at a Canberra school.
What's her name? Julie. That's my name.
She's turning up the pressure on, in her eyes, recalcitrant Liberal state premiers through a mixture of emotional appeal and political manoeuvring.
We will get on with building this scheme. Make no mistake.
The Prime Minister says New South Wales and Victoria didn't come to yesterday's COAG meeting prepared to do a deal.
This isn't a barbecue in a park on Sunday. This is a meeting that is prepared for over months and months.
But Ted Baillieu says it was the federal government which broke existing agreements.
The Commonwealth responded in a way which, in our view and in the view of the major states, wasn't consistent with our previous understanding.
A federal Liberal had a more direct assessment of the negotiations.
We're being honest. Colin Barnett's being honest. Barry O'Farrell's being honest. Ted Baillieu's being honest. Campbell Newman's being honest. Julia Gillard is being grossly dishonest.
And he's urging voters to ignore the Prime Minister's posturing.
She is trying to force the states to come on board with a policy that the federal government refuses to properly fund.
I am asking the Liberal premiers to do no more or no less than Labor state colleagues have done.
The wrangling comes as frustrated disability advocates sense their chance at an injection of money for the sector is slipping away.
We can't continue to have Australians only having 2 showers a week, that we can't continue to have Australians who may not leave their house more than 2 or 3 times a year.
And other Australians leaving the House of Representatives for good. After 26 years, Labor's longest-serving member, Harry Jenkins, has announced he's retiring at the next election. Only the Liberals' Philip Ruddock has served the chamber longer. As Speaker last year, Harry Jenkins played a central role in the dramatic political manoeuvre to prize Peter Slipper's vote away from the coalition. The coup had a clear emotional impact on Mr Jenkins, whose father was also Speaker.
And pay respect to the elders past and present of all Australia's Indigenous peoples.
The Prime Minister maintained Mr Jenkins offered to stand aside with an early morning phone call.
Oh, Harry, 7:30 in the morning. Oh, Harry, what a surprise. What a surprise, Harry.
No regrets. I mean, others have described it as taking a hit for the team. Sometimes the politician in a parliamentarian comes to the fore, and that was a decision that I made as a politician.
I wish you all well.
But wouldn't you have rather ended as Speaker?
Certainly would, but I didn't dictate the result of the last election.
And Mr Jenkins thinks Julia Gillard can win the next election.
Some people may wonder if you're retiring because of that old cliche about rats deserting a sinking ship.
Well, Lee, I'm a political realist enough to know that some might consider that, but I can assure you that that's not the case.
And with that, there was time for a final encore performance.
Order.
Tom Eagleton, Late Line.